Israel Maya here, and today we're going to talk about meditation. One of the reasons why I'm doing this video is because people have approached me and they've said, Israel, I have a hard time meditating. What can I do in order to get into a meditative state? I've heard of all the great benefits of it, but I just can't seem to get there because my mind is too noisy, or there's just too much going on in my mind, it's too active, and I can't seem to get to a meditative state. Here's what you can do. One of the things that you can do, and very, very important, is to stop thinking that the meditative state has to be something extraordinary or extremely spiritual or something that's going to blow your mind. Just think of it as something very, very simple. And it could be as simple as stopping, looking at something. For an example, looking at a rose, looking at a flower and saying, wow, what a beautiful flower. Just stopping your mind for just a few moments and taking yourself away from that normal, everyday busyness that the mind goes through. Another thing you can do if you want to get a little bit more serious about meditation is just sitting down, closing your eyes when it's safe for you to do so, obviously, and paying attention to your breath. Now, the breath is something that's subconscious. And when we tap into or listen to or tune into something that's subconscious, guess what? Our mind begins to relax. And again, it doesn't have to be an extraordinary experience. It's just a slowing down of the mind. The brainwave patterns begin to slow down because that's what happens when you start paying attention to something outside of you as opposed to paying attention to all of the things that are going on the inside of you. What your mind is telling you to remember, to do tomorrow, the things that happened today, who you fought with, who you're supposed to get back to, what bills you have to pay. All of that causes a lot of commotion in the mind. It causes a lot of mental irritation. So in order to step away from this, step out of that, of all of that irritation that your mind is feeding you, and you'll see that your mind begins to calm down. Okay, now this is very, very simple to do. So, the interesting thing is with meditation, it seems like it's almost impossible when your mind just doesn't stop. But in reality, it's really simple to do. And I'm going to teach you how to do that. In fact, we'll do an exercise together. So if you're driving, then you'll have to save this video for later. But if you're not, and you can do this with me, then just relax and sit down, enjoy the meditation that we're going to do now. So if you're sitting down, close your eyes, and I want you to just pay attention to your breathing. Now, this is synonymous with anything that you want to pay attention to. It could be birds singing outside. It could be the wind rustling. It could be the air conditioner rushing through the air vents. It could be just the sound of something pleasant, the sound of music that's very pleasant. So it's synonymous with anything, but right now we're just choosing the breathing. So pay attention to the in and out of the breath. Notice how the air, when it rushes in, your chest rises, and as the air leaves your body, the chest falls. Rising and falling of the chest. And just for fun, I want you to imagine a place that's really safe for you to go to. A place that you love to go to. Whether it's real or whether it's imagined, it doesn't really matter. We've learned in other videos before that the subconscious mind and the brain doesn't really know the difference between what's real and what's imagined, and it reacts the same way. So you may feel yourself opening up as you're going to this very, very pleasant place of yours. And it could be anywhere you'd like it to be. And as you're in this place, with your mind's eye, look around you, listen to the sounds around you, or just feel what's around you. Feel what's going on in your body, because those are great indicators. If your body's relaxing, if your body feels like it's opening up, especially the center of the chest or the stomach, those are all great signs. And by the way, if your mind is busy and still thinking, tell your mind that it's okay. See, we're going with it. We're not going against it. If you go against it, then your mind wants to think more. So if your mind is still busy, tell yourself, with each thought that I think, my mind relaxes even more. With each thought that I think, my mind relaxes even more. And you'll notice that as you say that to yourself, if your mind is still active, your mind will begin to relax. Just kind of step out of it, step away from it. Not expecting anything grandiose to happen, just enjoying the process. Notice what's going on in your surroundings, notice what's going on inside of you. And you can enjoy this process. And as you're going through this process, notice if your mind is calming down. Now, you will come to realize that if you either say that phrase that we talked about before to yourself, as I think, then my mind calms down, any variation of that you can come up with, something to the effect, or when you listen to something that's pleasant, either the sound of my voice, or again, as we said before, the air conditioner rushing through the vents, the sound of birds that are singing, a beautiful song, anything like that will help your mind calm down. And when you're ready to come out of that state, all you have to do is either count yourself out or open your eyes and just wait till you come back and enjoy the peace and serenity that takes over. At this point in time, just because we've gone through this exercise, in just a few moments I'm going to count to number 3. And when I do, I'd like you to open your eyes. Number 1, slowly, gently, easily coming back to your full awareness. Number 2, feeling stronger and noticing the peace that surrounds you, the peace that's inside of you. And number 3, open your eyes and notice how good you feel. Now, at this point in time, evaluate what happened with yourself. Do those little things in the future if you'd like to do some meditation. Just notice what's going on around you. You can even notice the footsteps as you're walking. It's called a walking meditation. You can go to the beach, you can go to the forest, you can go to a park. Any of those places are great places to go to connect with nature and also to do a little bit of peaceful meditation. So again, to recap, don't expect anything grandiose, but if it happens, fantastic. Let your mind disconnect from all of the activity that's going on inside of your head from your day to day. And even if it's just for 5 minutes, sometimes it's just enough just to disconnect yourself from all the crazy thinking. And when you're ready to come out, count yourself out, feel the peace, and bring it back. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you the next time.